They're doing away with Great Danes because they're big.
And eventually they'll even do away with beagles or whatever.
Yeah, that's right,
they
exactly.
Get crazy about it,
you know, and it's just a form of prejudice like human racial prejudice. So it's the AKC, bless them, they haven't done, there's sometimes the AKC does dumb
American
stuff.
Kennel Club.
Right, but they've been very good about this, and so have other organizations. One of the things you need to do before you give your money to a dog charity, find out, one, that the money is actually going to help the dogs and is not going to professional fundraisers.
90% often does.
And two, find out that that organization is really dedicated to the welfare of the animals and is not just one cause or another that isn't, I'm not saying this very well.
Yeah, a dedicated cause that maybe is far off, right.
Because some of these people actually want to do away with dogs and do away with breeding dogs.
Yeah,
so,
well, they eat them in some countries. You know,
that's true too. So pit bulls, it's a shame. Obviously, this is something that people have done to them. One of the heartbreaking facts about pit bulls is these dogs that are put in those pits to kill one another and be maimed and injured. These dogs,
they were basically bred to fight and kill.
But they were bred to fight and kill dogs. So these are the safest dogs on earth so far as humans are concerned.
Okay,
you can walk right into there and pick them up and take them out.
We'll talk about pit bulls in a minute.
Yes.
That caller has returned, and in all goodness, we will get right to the caller if Mark doesn't hang up on him again. Good morning, caller. Thank you for waiting.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes?
I was thinking about being an elderly person.
Well, don't think about it too hard, because being an elderly person is rough. Believe me.
You're right. Well,
Believe
anyway,
me.
I decided that I would not adopt a dog because the dog might die before I did.
Yeah, I had that same problem with a cat the other day.
Oh.
So what's your thought on that?
My thought, personally, and then I'll let Ms. Cogdill tell you, my thought is that if I'm going to outlive the cat, it's fine, but if the cat's going to outlive me, I decided it's probably not a great idea. And also, cats are an impediment to seniors because they do get under your feet a lot. And they can trip you, and we only have 3 left. We had 5.
Yes, but I'm talking about a dog.
Right.
I don't know if dogs get under your feet. They're not as bad as cats, are they?
It depends on the dog.
Well, tell her, what do you do?
Well, I say do it. You're going to live longer if you have a dog. That's not just me. That's been proven. And there are so many local organizations that are very good about this. I think that the one in Paws in Westfield has a special program for adopting older dogs with older people. And that's a great match. You're not going to have a dog that's going to knock you down. You're going to have a dog that's going to want to be close to you and provide warmth and companionship and someone to stroke and love, and we all need that.
That's true.
If you adopt from one of those agencies and you outlive the dog, they'll take care of the dog for you.
Otherwise, they'll take the dog back.
And if the dog dies before you,
they'll give you another one.
They'll let you have your broken heart, and then they'll help you find another one. So please do it.
Okay, Humane Society also has this program, and Westfield Canine Rescue, and a lot of groups do. So that's a great thing. That's news to me.
You need it, and the dog needs it. Go do it.
Thank you very much for your help.
Where do you live, caller?
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. Well, you certainly won't have any trouble finding a dog. And as I say, these are wonderful programs. I was not aware of the fact that you can actually go and get an older dog that would match you, be much calmer, be quieter, proper, so happy to have somebody to take care of them and love them.
They need that nice warm house.
Yeah, and the same as with cats, incidentally. Westfield Cat Rescue will do the same thing. They'll give you an older cat. And the cat, again, they're so happy to have somebody to love them and care for them again, you know?
Absolutely.
And they do transfer their allegiance. They realize this is a new person to love and care for.
Right.
Thank you, caller. That was a great thought.
Thank you. All right.
Are you going to go run around now and get a doggy?
We'll have to think a little more about it.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great program. And incidentally, the best thing of all is they'll take it back. If you croak first, you don't have to worry about somebody to care for your dog.
Thank you.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Thank you. And send me some stamped envelope. I'll give you some Lakeview certificates for $5. $5 bills for the Lakeview. And that's that beautiful restaurant at the foot of the hill in Mayville. They have 2 restaurants, actually. They have not only the Lakeview, but they have next door, tied to it, they have a beautiful restaurant, which specializes in fish. It's called the docks, naturally.
Naturally.
We are sitting here with Jackie Grant and LeeAnne Cogdill, and in the shadows is Shelley Grant, who's kind of keeping the dogs happy. We're talking about dogs. If you have any dog questions, you can call in anytime during this program from wherever you are, and you're getting it live all over the county, North County, and if you want to take a tape down to the Access in Jamestown, they'll run it for you down there too.
Oh.
And you'll be famous far and wide then, you know.
Oh, we are already.
Also, if you want to watch the show, it's always broadcast on several stations, several sites, websites. One of them, the easiest to remember, is YouTube. If you go to YouTube, you'll be able to watch your program Monday.
All right.
You got to fish around for it, but you'll find it.
Thank
okay,
you.
just put in Senior Report Reed Powers and put your name in. You'll get it. Bingo. Okay, so we're having a little chat here, and we were on the subject of the big, powerful dog, the pit bull, which it has a bad reputation, has been diminished as a breed all over the country. They're actually outlawing having a pit bull because they apparently eat everybody in sight, little children especially. That's what they're trying to tell you. That's not true.
That
Go
is
ahead.
not true.
Tell me.
So, as a family dog, it's a terrible thing because, you know, you're out with your dog and people cross to the other side of the street, and that's very heartbreaking for you and the dog, and it makes the dog spooky because people are acting oddly around it. So that's a reason perhaps not to invest in one. However, like the Rottweiler and the other bully breeds, they are wonderful with little kids because they are thick-skinned. And your little 2-year-old goes running and lands on the dog, and the dog turns around and goes, "Oh, that was interesting." Not, "Ah!"
Right,
You know,
doesn't.
they're much less likely to turn around and snap than other dogs. But I think the important thing about any dog, any breed, any mixed breed, is if you get them young and you raise them as members of your family and you train them gently and thoughtfully, they're going to be good companions for
Okay,
life.
I think we have another caller. Oh, somebody just called and said they want to see another trick.
Okay, high time.
Okay, you got a trick?
Oh, recalls. Why don't we do some recalls? Can you do that?
I can
Give 'em a
try.
trick.
No?
I don't know whether she'll do that or not.
Can
She'll come when she's called.
Well,
Is
that's
that what
all
you
I
mean?
mean.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
okay.
Okay, they're talking over the trick here.
We
caller.
are talking over the trick. We were quite ready.
Okay, here we go.
Stay right. You can take the leash off. Yeah, you stay.
Don Zenz is our cameraman here. He's real fast.
Should I
and
stand
so is
up there?
Randy
Okay, if
Burke.
she goes right over
Stand
here?
over there and call her?
Yeah.
Will that work?
Do it.
That's
If they
good.
miss you, they'll find you.
They'll find you. They'll chase you down.
This is the most important thing that your dog can learn. Just call her, Jackie.
Come.
Yay, them.
Very simple.
Yep. Shelley, call them back again.
Okay,
They'll come.
see if they go back to Shelley.
Won't they?
Oh, yes, they will.
Okay.
After they get paid.
Okay. They,
Oh, they got to get paid
They
off.
get
huh?
paid.
I have the most wonderful, yay, good kids.
Now, do you have some payment over there, Shelley?
No, I don't think he does. He just has love.
Just
but
love.
they're used to
Okay.
that.
Loving them is good too, isn't it? I mean,
Absolutely.
that's almost as good as a
A
treat.
reinforcer doesn't have to be a treat. It can be. It
And
can
here
be
they go. If you
love,
call your dog,
it
they
can
will
be
come if you're
excitement.
properly trained. How do you train them to come?
Oh, that's easy, but it's the
Just
most
feed them
fun.
when they come, right?
Well, we start that way. But I wanted to say, I have the most wonderful picture, the best still picture I own is Jackie down at one end. We were doing a thing at St. Columban's in the rain, and her dogs are coming, and we managed to capture it. There are no feet on the ground.
Really?
They were coming so
You
fast.
mean they can actually rise above the
we
ground?
just caught that moment. You see it with racehorses too, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So that to me is the epitome of coming when called.
Well, you know,
Okay, yeah.
one of the great tricks, my aunt has a whole bunch of retrievers, labs, and they take a stick, and 3 or 4 of them at a time will carry the
Will
stick.
carry the same
Yeah,
stick,
it's
yep.
incredible. That's quite a trick. I
And
don't
in
know how to
answer
teach
to your earlier question,
Yeah.
that stick is a reinforcer, just like a treat would
In
be
other words, dog,
to
if you
lab.
throw a stick, that's in
That's
itself
right. If it's
a
what the
treat.
dog wants, it makes them happy.
Well,
So,
okay, go ahead.
you want to talk about how we begin coming when called? You get some little science here.
Okay, science.
The world is full of dogs that you call them and they come right up here, And then they go, ha, 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 you can't catch me.
Away they go.
So
yeah.
we want, the very first thing we want to teach the dog is that as soon as they come, we're going to grab them by the collar.
Okay.
And then they get their treat. They don't just get it for coming in the vicinity. So we start with that collar grab and teach
So they got to
that-
get close to you.
that we teach that collar grab as an exercise in itself. Sure. And then we begin adding some distance to it. And when I teach,
Good job.
yay, there they are,
Good.
good kids.
See?
And they
Good
Now,
job.
how are you going to give them the treat? You
Good
got each one by the
job.
collar.
Good job.
like, she can let
but
go.
now I can let go. Now they know that
They know that that's
We're
it, huh?
supposed
Yep.
to stay there. The first coming when called exercise I like to do is you can do that for me too probably. I toss a treat far away from me
Uh-huh.
and they go and get it, and then they come back to see what's happening next, and they've taught themselves to come with the call.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you would think, now the treat is going to be impossible to find. No, there they come. Yay! See, she didn't have to call them.
They
She didn't
just-
have to do anything. They say,
Excellent.
I know where that
Very
came from.
good.
Where? Yeah, under the ladder.
And this is
From
just
her.
wonderful because there's no coercion at all. They just
They
come
just-
back to
they'll
see
come
what's
back
going
and
to
forth.
happen.
It's like a boomerang.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a
And
boomerang.
then, what I like to add to it, I don't know, do you dare run a little bit in here, Jackie, or are there cables to trip you up?
I watch that
no.
because it's pretty tricky.
What we do is toss the treat off towards Shelley
Uh-huh.
and then run the other direction. I don't think she can do that. You'll just have to envision it. But a dog will almost always chase you if you run. She
says, "Where are you going now?"
She says, I'll stay with Shelley. But we all know that the dog will chase you if you run. That's why you teach little kids,
Well,
don't run from the dog.
Okay, what
But-
do you do if a dog's after you? I mean, look like you think it's vicious dog. What do you do?
Stand still, be a tree, put your hands in your armpits, your chin on your chest, and pretend you're not there. And
If a
breathe
dog is
deeply.
attacking you, you do what? Now you stand still.
You stand still, you put your hands in your armpits, you put your chin on your chest, you brace your feet, and
Uh-huh.
you stand still, and most dogs will stop.
They're not used to this.
No.
That's
No.
surprises them.
Yeah.
Because they expect you to do something.
Right.
So if you're being attacked by a dog, remember.
Well, we hope
Stand
nobody's-
still. You're not going to be. But
They
if
just
you
look
are,
at you like, so what are you
and
doing?
I was attacked by a dog the other day. It didn't bite me, but it
right.
scared me. You know. You stand still, perfectly still. Put your arms under your armpit, and look down.
Right.
And
You know.
And
at
keep your
least
mouth
you're
shut.
not- That's right.
don't go.
You know, dogs are historical predators, and if there's motion.
She says he growled.
So, if that's what sets them off, you
Yeah.
know, the rabbit freezes and stares the dog in the face.
Oh, really?
And you can get this close and the dog has no clue, but if that rabbit runs,
It's over.
Yep.
Okay. So there's a lot of stuff about dogs that
Right.
you got to know.
well, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a great idea because always somebody's got a dog that chases you. And
Right, and bikes
they-
especially, you know.
Yeah, and they could bite you.
Of course.
Usually they won't, but it's scary and they might.
It's very
So
scary.
stand still, put your arms under your hands under your armpits, and put your head down.
There are websites specifically for teaching children how to behave around
Okay.
dogs, and that's very
All right, now
important.
tell me, what is the most important thing about children and dogs? What would you
Oh,
teach
gosh.
your grandson or granddaughter first about the dog?
All right, on the street, the basic question, and there's a whole book, a wonderful book with this title, May I Pet Your Dog? Children should not be allowed to go up and grab other people's dogs, and they should not run, they should not scream. And so, that's very distressing to me to see a parent who thinks she's taking care of her child, and instead she's teaching it bad habits. Oh no, there's a dog, you know.
Right.
And I've seen that altogether too often. So, and of course, the relationship is so wonderful, and to meet these dogs on the street is a wonderful experience for a child. And the dogs sit down, and the other thing to teach both adults and children is you don't want to go wham, wham, wham.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that.
Right.
But
Don't bang 'em on the
you teach
head.
them to scratch under the chin or on the chest, to always approach from underneath.
Okay.
And then if you're going to have a dog, and especially a delicate puppy in your house, I think the most important thing to teach a child is respect. You wouldn't treat a puppy any more roughly than you would treat a new human
Okay,
baby.
now you got to look at the camera because you're looking at a
Okay.
million people talking to them, not me.
All right.
All right.
I will do that. Am I
Okay.
supposed to talk on the phone now?
Yes, we got a caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, and how are you this beautiful morning?
Good, thank you.
A little cool, but beautiful. I was curious. Maybe you won't know this, but I'm curious. I had dogs almost all my life, but now that I'm older, I find they are much more difficult to take care of. And so now I have a cat. And I'm having a really difficult time